What's up, Taurus? Taurus, how you guys doing? It's time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see how the energies are looking for y'all in the first week of February, 2026. I don't think I have anything special to announce. So if any of you need a personal reading, you can find all the information in the description of this video. All right, let me get this situated here. All right, let's see how these energies are looking. How these energies looking between Taurus and the person they're dealing with in the first week of February. How's it looking? Anything good happening? One of y'all got to give me some rainbows and unicorns to read, man. One of y'all do. There we go. All right, there we go. This feels like, you know what? Now, this is one of my least favorite messages to come through. This always irritates me when this comes through. So basically, this person's waiting for you to let your guard down. And that always irritates me when that comes through, because how are they going to know when or if you let your guard down? How do they know you have your guard up? You know, that always irritates me. Obviously, it's just a matter of projection. Maybe you do have your guard up. I don't know. But even if you do have your guard up, how are they going to know if you let it down? I can't stand when that comes through like that. Honestly, though, with this death card down here like that, this kind of feels like a situation that's been lingering too long. It's been lingering for too long. Now, usually with soul contracts like this, there will be an open door of opportunity that will allow for you to, you know, work on this or figure out how you want to work on it. And then very frequently after a certain period of time, that open door of opportunity will close. And when that door closes, ain't nothing you can do about it. Try as you may, there's nothing you can do about it. Even if both of you desperately wanted to work on this, nothing you can do about it. So, okay. It's kind of what this is starting to look like. It's looking like it's been lingering for too long, and the universe about to close the door on this. All right, some of you dealing with a Scorpio also have Pisces, Gemini. Could be a fellow Taurus for some of you. Oh, I got Aquarius hiding in here too. All right. Let's see how they feel about you. Did y'all get notified? I haven't been live yet today. Is YouTube going to play that game today? You never know when YouTube's going to play that damn game. All right, let's see how this person feels about you. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? They're afraid you're mad at them. They're convinced you're mad at them. Let's just put it like that. Maybe you are. Maybe what they did was so bad that nobody in their right mind wouldn't be mad at them. You know? I don't know. Maybe they're just tripping and projecting. I'll leave that one up to you, I guess. Yeah, see, they're actually intimidated by you. See, this came out in the last spread, too. I don't know if you noticed that I called out some of you may be dealing with a Gemini. Those of you who are real sharp and you know the tarot. Well, what's the Gemini card? It's the Lover's card. I didn't mention it, though. I wanted to see if it would come out again, and it came out again. So that would indicate that this person does feel a really, really strong connection. But they're giving up on it for some reason. I think this connection makes them really, really nervous. They have a lot of anxiety and fear, and they're very intimidated. But you know the catchphrase that I use when it comes to the Ten of Swords. Throwing in the white towel. Giving up on it. I don't know why. I don't know why. The only thing I can guess is that they did something so stupid that nobody in their right mind would ever forgive anybody for doing what they did. That's just my guess. It's not even giving me a crumb of what happened here. And usually when that happens here on these videos on my main channel, it's because whatever it was is so diverse. I can't generalize it, you know. For whatever reason, it really looks like they're just giving up on this. Could be a Cancer for some of you. I also have Leo, Aries, Gemini, Taurus. Again, this is another one that came out in the last spread, which, by the way, for those of you wondering whether or not they learned their lesson, yeah, they did. That's all I'm going to say. Take that for whatever it's worth. All right. Let's get some advice. I feel like sticking with Rider-Waite. Let's get another Rider-Waite deck here. What's the advice for Taurus? Ooh. This has been happening a lot here lately, where I'll get a very straightforward, direct message for the advice, and it's usually a communication card reversed. I've seen that a lot. That means communication with this person would not be a very good idea. And you know, I don't like to just tell you what and what not to do. I came to that revelation last year. Let me tell you a short story last year. It's not uncommon at all for me to get return clients. That happens all the time. But last year there were these two people, and they were both male clients, dealing with females. And they kept coming back and 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 asking the same question. And I tell them the same thing. They ask the same question again. I tell them the same thing again all year long. And then one time around probably late summer, early fall, one of these dudes came and said, well, I didn't take your advice. That's cool. Whatever. Do what you want, you know. And what you said would happen, happened. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You know? And I swear to God, he said this. He said, should I try to reach out to her again? I said, yeah, I think you should. Yes, sir, I think you should. I think you should spin in that circle as many times as it takes until you finally fucking learn. And that's when it clicked in my head. I was like, oh, wow. I can't just tell you to walk away from someone. It doesn't work like that. If you're not ready to see it, you're not going to see it. Even if they keep doing the same fucking thing, I can tell you what they're going to do. And then they fucking do it. And you still don't understand why you should walk away from them, then don't walk away from them. You know, that is why I've taken this new approach to the advice that I gave over the last few months, is because of that. It really got me thinking, that doesn't do you any good if I just tell you to walk away from someone. So the reason I'm saying this is because when this comes through, I always feel a little bit weird saying that. Don't communicate with this person. But when it comes through like that, I have to follow the advice if it's that straightforward. There's no wiggle room with this right here. Let's see if we can find out why. Oh, Knight of Wands reversed. Well, okay. Page of Wands reversed. Okay, there's many, many things going on here. First of all, like I said, the universe has closed the door on this. So, ain't nothing you can do. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. you're going to spin in a circle. Now, here's the thing. This person is not mature enough to play the role that you would need them to play. Nowhere near emotionally mature enough. And like you heard me say for like the last 3-4 weeks, on the other side of this is blessings that will make you look back on this person and laugh. This is the type of person that could literally threaten the integrity of your entire soul's mission. It could. Oh, it could. That's when the universe will close the door on something. Even if a soul contract is incomplete, the universe will still step in and yank somebody out of your life if it threatens the integrity of your soul's mission. So, like I said, me just telling you that, it's only going to go so far, but all I'm going to tell you is the universe closing the door on this, and you will spin in circles with this person. Take that for what it's worth. If you want to spin in circles, by all means, knock yourself out. But if you want to see a change in life, something's going to have to change first. Damn. All right, gear shifting time. Let's see how things are looking generally for the singles. How are things looking generally for the singles? Anything new coming in? Anything old coming in? Anything good coming in? Anything bad coming in? Anything coming in at all? Ooh, you got a stalker. You got a stalker. Okay, well, I think there's a past person with their eye on you. There's definitely a past person with their eye on you, but it doesn't really look like, if anything, this kind of feels like, and I got to be as general as possible. This feels like somebody from the past who would love to try to bring some kind of drama into your life. It's not really giving me a lot of evidence that would indicate that they're going to. But, you know, when you have somebody from afar watching you, hoping, wishing, waiting something bad happens to you, got their fingers crossed, hoping something bad happens to you, you know? And they watch you all day. Oh, I can't wait to see you fail. I can't wait till something bad happens to you. You know that energy? That's what this feels like. That's what this feels like. And at least the thought crosses their mind. If you start doing better in life, I'm going to see to it that you don't. You know that type of energy. It's embarrassing even talking about it, but that's what this feels like. That's what this feels like. I don't think you have any unfinished business. There's no reason why anyone from the past would need to make their way back in. But it does kind of feel like there's somebody a little bit salty. Other than that, that's all this is telling me here. That kind of throws a monkey wrench in the flow. Throws a big monkey wrench in the flow, honestly. So I would say, though, that I think the next person you do connect with is not going to be somebody you currently know. I don't think so. But it looks like a kind of a silent week, though. But there is somebody from the past's energy very heavy in your field. Very, very heavy. Let me know if y'all got notified, man. YouTube gonna play this game all day today? Well, I'm tired and I don't feel like sending out notifications. I'm tired and I don't feel like it. You know? They do that sometimes, man. All right. Well, that throws a monkey wrench in the whole flow then. What should I read next then? Shit. I guess all we can really go to, all we can really go to is advice. Let's just go straight to some advice. Can't really look at feelings and intentions. I mean, we already got that. You already know the feelings and intentions of someone who doesn't want to see you do better in life, you know? Nobody wants to see you fail more than somebody you fell out with, right? Especially an ex. Oh, especially an ex. Don't no ex want to see you move forward and do better? Come on now. That'll make them look stupid. That shines the light on the fact that they were the toxic one, you know? I don't know. I think it's a good feeling, you know? When you break up with that toxic fucking person and they're dragging your name through the mud, you know, trying to paint you out to be this horrible person. And you're like, you just wait. You just wait. And then you go on your healing journey. You move forward and do better, and they still sit spinning in circles. You know? Actually, if I remember correctly, the last person that did that to me is still in the same spot they were at the day I walked away from them in life, you know. Oh, they don't like that. They don't like that. All right, what's some advice here? King of Cups reversed. Well, okay, so this is tricky. This is like energy advice. Energy advice is very, very difficult to give. So, first of all, nobody can fuck up what the universe has planned for you. The only person that can fuck that up is you. Now, it's really, really easy to accidentally sabotage that. Really easy. If you dump a bunch of fear or anger or resentment, like if you hear, for example, here's an example. Let's say you hear a rumor floating around about you, you know, like your ex said that you did this and whatever. You hear some rumor floating around and you gotta set the record straight. You know, hey, I get it. It's frustrating. But you have to understand, I'm not going to tell you not to do that. I'm just going to tell you that you doing that, you getting in there and telling your side of the story and this and that, I'm not going to say don't do that. I'm going to say you better be real fucking careful doing that. Real careful. Real careful. Because what you're doing is you're agreeing to that vibration. I know it doesn't sound like it. I know it doesn't seem like it. But you're agreeing to, because when you start exchanging energy with that, you're taking that energy on. And even though you don't realize it, if you're not really careful, you're going to start radiating that energy, right? You're going to start radiating that frequency. And the more you radiate that energy, the more your life is going to start unfolding in a way that harmoniously resonates with that energy. You got to be real careful with that. I'm not saying don't do it at all. I'm saying be careful of your energetic pathway. I get it. You want to set the record straight. I get that. Nothing wrong with that. But you better be sure you have a clear energetic pathway before you do that. You better mind your frequency, mind your energy, and pay attention to your vibrational signature while you're doing that. And make sure that you clear your energy after you do that. It's tough, man. It's really, really tough. If you're not a really in tune, skilled energy worker, I would recommend that you just keep your mouth shut. You know, for now. Until you learn a little bit more about your energy, until you learn a little bit more about the energetic pathway that you're on, it's best to just keep your mouth shut and just let the rumors fly around. It's annoying, but you'll float through it. And eventually, see, the funny thing about the truth is it always defends itself. You don't really need to get in there and defend yourself. The problem is the truth moves really slow. That's the problem. We get impatient. We want everyone to know now that that was a fucking lie. I did not do that. I did not say that. That doesn't even sound like something that I would say or do. We want everyone to know that now. That's not the way the truth rolls. The truth is much, much, much slower than that, right? So it can be really, really hard to hold your head up and maintain faith and confidence throughout that process. And eventually, it's all going to crumble. The light's going to shine. You're going to be on the top of the mountain, and everybody's going to clearly, plainly see that that person was a fucking bullshit liar. Because you got blessings waiting on you. You got blessings waiting on you. You just focus on staying in your lane. You focus on your life. You focus on your blessings. And then when that comes, boy, I'm going to tell you, you don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to. You don't need to. And I'm going to tell you what, and this is from personal experience. Nothing's better than the feeling of all those messages and emails of people apologizing. I'm so sorry. I believed them, but now I can clearly see that you were the one telling the truth. Like, yeah, that's cool. You know, it always comes to light eventually, always. So just relax. Don't worry about nobody out there trying to. Matter of fact, if there's one thing that makes you feel a little bit better, when the dark side, when the evil, when the negativity starts attacking you, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. The evil attacks when the light is shining. That's when it attacks. When the light is shining. When you're about to make big, big changes in life. If the evil's not attacking you, it doesn't see you as a threat. If the evil doesn't see you as a threat, there's something you're not doing right. So when you're shining that light and when you're threatening the dark, that's when it's going to attack. That's a good thing. Take that as a good thing. That means I'm on the right fucking track. I'm doing something right. So if that's any consolation, if that makes you feel any better. All right, well, I feel like those were the messages that my Taurus family needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description, all right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.